When the last of the guests had driven away, I went back into the inner hall and found Samuel at the side table, presiding over the brandy and soda water. My lady and Miss Rachel came out of the drawing-room, followed by the two gentlemen. Mr. Godfrey had some brandy and soda water. Mr. Franklin took nothing. He sat down, looking dead tired. The talking on this birthday occasion had, I suppose, been too much for him. My lady, turning round to wish them good night, looked hard at the wicked Colonel's legacy shining in her daughter's dress.
"Rachel,"
she asked,
"where are you going to put your diamond tonight?"
Miss Rachel was in high good spirits, just in that humour for talking nonsense, and perversely persisting in it as if it was sense, which you may sometimes have observed in young girls when they are highly wrought up at the end of an exciting day. First she declared she didn't know where to put the diamond. Then she said on her dressing-table, of course, along with her other things. Then she remembered that the diamond might take to shining of itself with its awful moony light in the dark, and that would terrify her in the dead of night. Then she bethought herself of an Indian cabinet which stood in her sitting-room, and instantly made up her mind to put the Indian diamond in the Indian cabinet for the purpose of permitting two beautiful native productions to admire each other. Having let a little flow of nonsense run on as far as that point, her mother interposed and stopped her.
"My dear, your Indian cabinet has no lock to it,"
says my lady.
"Good heavens, mamma!"
cried Miss Rachel.
"Is this an hotel? Are there thieves in the house?"
Without taking notice of this fantastic way of talking, my lady wished the gentleman good night. She next turned to Miss Rachel and kissed her.
"Why not let me keep the diamond for you tonight?"
she asked. Miss Rachel received that proposal as she might 10 years since have received a proposal to part her from a new doll. My lady saw there was no reasoning with her that night.
"Come into my room, Rachel, the first thing tomorrow morning,"
she said.
"I shall have something to say to you."
With those last words she left us slowly, thinking her own thoughts, and to all appearance not best pleased with the way by which they were leading her. Miss Rachel was the next to say good night. She shook hands first with Mr. Godfrey, who was standing at the other end of the hall, looking at a picture. Then she turned back to Mr. Franklin, still sitting weary and silent in a corner. What words passed between them I can't say, but standing near the old oak frame which holds our large looking-glass, I saw her reflected in it, slyly slipping the locket which Mr. Franklin had given her out of the bosom of her dress, and showing it to him for a moment, with a smile which certainly meant something out of the common, before she tripped off to bed. About 7:30 I woke, and opened my window on a fine sunshiny day. The clock had struck 8, and I was just going out to chain up the dogs again, when I heard a sudden whisking of petticoats on the stairs behind me. I turned about, and there was Penelope flying down after me like mad.
"Father!"
she screamed.
"Come upstairs, for God's sake! The diamond is gone!"
"Are you out of your mind?" I asked her.
"Gone!"
says Penelope.
"Gone! Nobody knows how! Come up and see!"
She dragged me after her into our young lady's sitting-room, which opened into her bedroom. There, on the threshold of her bedroom door, stood Miss Rachel, almost as white in the face as the white dressing-gown that clothed her.